A while ago, I made a video using the transform tool in a heart. There's been some changes in that in embroidery wear, and so I wanted to redo that to update it. When I first made the video, I didn't have sound, so now I'm able to talk my way through and explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So I'm going to start out by making a heart. I'll need to select the heart. In order to transform this, I'm going to need two separate pieces. So I'll be breaking this heart in half. Also, if I don't have the starts and the stops in the same direction, it's not going to work the way I want it. It's going to look like this. I transform it as it is. We'll give it 6 copies. It's going to come out like that. That's not exactly what I'm looking for. If it's what you're looking for, then that's how you would want to do that. But I'm going to do that a little bit differently. So I take those, we'll delete them. I'm going to select 1/2. I'm going to come here to the reverse point order once button, select that, and then as my node is highlighted, I click on it. Now both starts are going to be on the top and both ends are going to be on the bottom. Now if I select both of those and do the transform on them, transform 6 times, it's going to look like that. That's more what I want, but it's still not quite there because if you see up in here, it goes outside my heart. So I'm going to need to change what's going on there. I'm going to create a line down the center for it to transform from one end to the center. And I'll get rid of those lines I made. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a new line, but I'm going to use my curve on half of the heart. I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to click on the double circles and then click it again to drop it right where it's at. I'm going to take this arrow. I'm going to make it straight. Lining it up straight. Now I'm going to get rid of the quick edit box on that. I'm going to take the edit points and I'm going to bring that node down here. So now my line is made of the same material as the halves of the hearts are made out of. Now when I do it and I transform those two parts of the heart, it's going to look like that. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm not going to stop there though. I'm going to change it up a little bit more by taking this center line for the heart. I'm going to edit the points by moving that line a little bit to give it some shape. I'm going to take those two and transform half of the heart. And that's what I wanted. All right, now I'm going to drop everything. I either select and edit points, or I can come over here and unselect all. If I do the unselect all, it makes it really easy for me to come back and just pick out certain parts of a design and not select everything. So I'm going to take the two, the center and the outside there, and red is really hard to see. I'm going to change it to black by I can't. Let's go purple. Violet. All right, so with those two selected, now I can transform that side. And there are those lines. Each one of these lines is an editable graphic. So I can add stitch patterns to those. I'll come up here to the stitch pattern button, and I'm going to make that my stitch pattern to those, and click OK. All right, so when it disappears, it does do that occasionally. I just come up to the 3D button and click on that, and then I'll come back here and click on that again, and it'll reappear. Sometimes I use the hand to center button up there, and that will help bring it back up too. So it's not gone, it's just for some reason slips out. So okay, that's what I want to do for that. Now, because these are all editable, and like I said, if I use the unselect all, that allows me to be able to just pick one or two, and I'm going to delete those because I want it a little bit more open. But yet my shapes are still consistent with what they originally were made. So once they're made, they're done. You can do whatever you want with them. So I'm going to select these three, and I'm going to make those a darker blue. I'm going to come to the types of stitches, and I'm going to make them a hand stitch, or either hand or wide stitch. I'll do the hand. So you can see that it's a completely different stitch now, and I made it a different color. So I'm going to go ahead and unselect everything again, and then I'm going to grab the two outside parts. I'm going to make those satin. I'm going to make the satin a little bit thicker. I'm going to go 33. What I'm going to do with those is come up to the edge offset. I'm going to put a 1 and a 1. And right now they're basing it off of scale, but I'm going to change scale to taper ends. And now you can see that the satin ends have tapered in, and it makes a nice shape. One of the advantages to the newer features in embroidery wear is the zoom tools. So if I wanted to see what the area up in here, this little corner piece has got a lot of stuff going on. If I wanted to see just that area, I would draw a box around it, click, and it'll bring me right into that area. If I need to see something way inside that area, I can zoom into incredibly microscopic zooms. If I'm just wanting to know where I'm at, and I go to the zoom to selected, what is selected is what it'll zoom out to. And my borders have been selected, so it'll give me all of that heart. If I click on it, it brings me right back, and it'll fill out the screen to where that's at. There's actually a couple ways to duplicate things as well. I'll unselect. If I wanted to duplicate this piece, I can also come to a little button here that says duplicate. Duplicating it here, duplicating, well, you aren't going to need satin, but you can also make it single. So I'm just going to duplicate that, and that's all I have time for this one. So I hope it helped you out. Thank you.